I'm loving it, man. It's Friday. The stock market's ripping. All-time high on SPY and Triple Q. We got the snow falling down here, which I'm not the biggest snow winter kind of guy, but I do live in Jersey, man. And it doesn't snow like crazy here, but the snow does come pretty much every year. We get some snow, and it's the first snow of the season. You guys know how that goes. You sit by the window, you watch the snow. It's kind of relaxing in a way, but after a couple of weeks of snow, or heck, even a week or two, I'm done with it. But the first little bit of snow you get for the season, it's always nice, and that's what's going on right now. So I'm feeling good, man. Again, stocks are ripping, all-time highs. It's Friday. You can't complain, guys. You got to love life, man. So hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, by the way. We're almost, well, not almost, but the goal is to hit 50,000 subs this year. And, of course, it's not possible without you guys. So make sure to subscribe, and let's dive into it. We're going to break down the markets, indexes, stocks, charts. You guys know the drill, so let's get into it. So it's about 2:50 p.m. right now on the East Coast, so we're almost in power hour here, which, if you guys didn't know, it's the last hour of trading, and we have all the indexes up, and not just up a little bit, guys. They're all up in a major way. The Russell's up 0.9%. We have the Dow Jones up over 1%. Nasdaq's up 1.8%, leading the way, as the S&P's up 1.1%. And by the way, guys, SPY and Triple Q, they both hit all-time highs today. You heard that right. All-time highs today. So you all remember, let's talk about SPY first here, that ascending triangle I called out. What was it? Yesterday and the day before that? Well, that is completely playing out right now. You guys can see the triangle right here on the 4-hour chart. We had higher lows being made into the 478, 480 level of resistance, and now we're completely breaking out. SPY just hit an all-time high earlier today at 482.72, and now we're at almost 482, just a little bit under that point, as again, SPY's up 1.1%. So this is completely now breaking out after, I guess you can say, consolidating for the first 3 weeks roughly of this year. And now with this breakout, guys, we could be going to 490, dare I say 500. Who knows where this leg up is going to get us? And we're seeing the same thing here on Triple Q, which you guys know hit all-time highs a couple of weeks ago, but we just hit another one recently, about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago to an hour ago. We hit 421.11. Now we're at 420.50. It's almost up, Triple Q, 2%, almost 2% on the day, and this triangle's playing out as well. So who knows where this leg up is going to get us, guys. As again, we're in uncharted waters now. We're in uncharted territory, as both of these are at all-time highs. And the Dow is pretty much right there, if not already there, as the Dow's up over 1%. Yep, look at that, guys. Dow Jones all-time high just hit as well. 37,900 is where we hit. And in my eyes, man, if we crack over 38,000, we could be at 40,000 like that. That's not too far-fetched at all for 2024. You guys probably know that. I mean, it's not far-fetched at all for the Dow to hit 40,000, but it could also go to 35. It could also go to 35, considering that's right by the 180 SMA right here on the 4-hour chart, but clearly the bulls are in control for now, right? We got that consolidation over the past 2-3 weeks. Now we're finally picking direction. We're breaking out yet again on the Dow. And again, same thing on SPY and Triple Q. And the Russell's the only one that's not fully breaking out, although it is looking pretty nice here. Looks like it is starting to get back to the mid-1900s, but it's not fully breaking out, in my opinion, until it actually starts pushing past 1980 and back over 2,000 points, preferably past the highs from August of last year. We hit about 2,000 points, then we collapsed to 1,600. Let's see if we can retake that 1985 level, which is right where my alert is set right now on the Russell, right at 19 85. And mind you, the VIX is down 3% right now on the day, and it's at 13 points, it looks like. Where the heck's it at? 1370. So it looks like the VIX was at 15 a couple days ago, maybe yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it was close to 15, and boom, just like that, we're getting hit yet again. Now we're back under 14. For all we know, the VIX could be under 13 at this rate fairly soon with how the markets are exploding right now. And look at these big tech stocks. We might as well transition over to some stocks here, guys. Big tech is, it's just unbelievable how these stocks just keep on moving. We have Apple up a whopping 1.5%. Now, Apple's breaking over 190, which you guys know, we talked about this yesterday. That's right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart and right by the highs from the beginning of September, 190 roughly. So we took that out. Now we're at almost 192. And the next main resistance really on Apple now is 195, followed by that almost $200 all-time high that we hit back in the middle of last month, in the middle of December. So Apple, which I told you guys, it was way beaten down in the 180 range. It double bottomed. Now it's breaking out. Earnings are coming up. Now we're moving past the moving averages. This looks pretty good in the short term. We have other stocks in the big tech space like Google breaking out. We have this triangle that I called out a couple videos ago. That's also breaking out, which is why you guys have to subscribe if you have not done so already. So that's playing out here. We have Google pushing 150 here, which is nice heading into earnings. So like I predicted a couple of months ago, man, Google's looking like it's going to all-time highs. All-time highs were hit back in 2021, I believe. Early 22, we hit 152. That's the all-time high. We're pretty much right there, man. We're pretty much right there on Google. Amazon's another one that I believe, maybe not this year, but at some point in the very short term, whether it's this year, next year, I still think a year or two is still pretty short term, right, guys? Well, I guess short term depends on who you're talking to, right? But either way, I think Amazon all-time highs could be right around the corner as well. We hit those back in, it looks like, the end of 21. We hit 188, almost 190, and now we're at, 155. We're testing a big spot of resistance. If we break out of here, next gap to fill is 172. If that breaks, boom, we could be at all-time highs shortly after that. So Amazon, it's up 1.3% on the day, testing a big spot of resistance right now. This also looks like a triangle, in my opinion. So keep your eyes on Amazon. This chart, let me set my alert at 160. And full disclosure, I'm long Amazon and Google. Both of these, Google's actually my biggest individual stock holding, and Amazon, I was buying it in the 90s, which I regret not buying way more Amazon in the 90s last year, but hey, it is what it is. We can't go back. All we can do is focus on the next opportunity and hold on to the quality stocks we have at low prices, right? Which in this case, I have Google well under 100, Amazon under 100 as well. So I'm not looking to add more to these necessarily right now, but I'm holding on tight, man. I'm not looking to sell either of them anytime soon, unless, of course, something massively fundamentally changes within the business, which I don't see that happening, but you never know. But either way, these big tech stocks are carrying the markets today. We have other ones like, let me see, Meta. This has to be up as well, right? Meta's up 2%, completely breaking out. We have Microsoft up a ton, probably, 1% almost. Not a ton, I guess, but still up a nice amount. Nvidia's up 3.5%. Now, Nvidia, man, this looks like it's just getting way too stretched at this point, way overbought. So I'd be careful with it. But either way, I'm watching Nvidia as it is up 3.5% on the day. AMD's probably up again. Yeah, man, look, AMD's up 5%. And mind you, these companies are reporting earnings very soon. AMD is set to report maybe next week. I mean, geez, guys, these earnings are right around the corner. So not next week, but the week after that. And, man, these earnings better be phenomenal for AMD to hold these gains that, that we've seen, because let's be honest, this stock is just way overbought right now. Same thing with Nvidia. So these stocks are crushing it, no doubt. If I'm in them, awesome. it's great. But if I'm not in these right now, which personally I'm not in these right now, I would not FOMO into these guys, especially before earnings. Who knows, man? AMD might crush earnings and the stock could go to 200 after, for all we know. But that's just not worth the risk, in my opinion, considering it's up, from 135 just a couple of weeks ago to where it is right now. This is where you should have been buying, right? This is where you should have been buying in the beginning of this year on this dip right off the 180 SMA at 135. Not here where it's already at 170, looking like it's screaming for a reason to pull back, right? And of course, we got news a couple of days ago that I forget what analyst, but an analyst came out super bullish on AMD, talking about how their certain segment of the business could explode this year, and that's what caused this breakout. All I'm saying is be careful heading into earnings. Anything could happen. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and check out my Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord chat, have more access to me throughout the day, see my call outs, and watch me build out my private exclusive Patreon portfolio. All of that's linked down below, and you might as well get your 15 free stocks from Moomoo as well. Fund your account with at least $100. You get 5 stocks, and fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And by the way, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. So get on it, join the Patreon, get your stocks from Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys later.